Hello everybody, it is me, the Gaming Foxy, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to pick the perfect daily driver in Greenville. So currently, I have about three daily drivers. I have my 2004 RX 330, my 1999 Mustang GT, aka the Stang Banger, and my 2020 Tesla Model 3 standard range refresh. So yeah, let's get on to the first step. Alrighty, so the first step here is budget. Now, you do not want to be spending all of your money on a daily, mainly because I'll get to that actually later. So like, for example here, you don't want to be daily driving like, I don't know, a Huracan Performante. You just don't. It's not a daily. Neither with like the whatever that thing is. I have no clue what it's called, but yeah, or like an i8 or something like that. Because they're too expensive, just flat out for a daily. Too much money. I'd say if you're gonna spend money for a daily, the maximum amount I'd say to spend is like 100 grand. And yeah, now let's get on to the next thing, which is vehicle type. Alrighty, now just saying, if my screen's gotten all of a sudden brighter, it's because I turned my brightness up. However, here is the next thing, which is vehicle type. Now, obviously, you don't really want to be daily driving a coupe, because most coupes are too fast. Unless it's like my Mustang from 1999, where it's not really too quick, but it can get up and go enough. So yeah. Basically, you're gonna either want an SUV or a sedan or a coupe if it's a slower one, or if it's like a Beamer like that one or something around that, or even a truck if you want like the Holden, I think is what that is, or like a F-150 or I don't know, Ridgeline or something like that, or like the Tacoma. So, yeah, now the next thing is availability for RP servers. Alrighty, here, so the next thing is availability for RP servers. As you can see right now, I am on the GVRPJ banned vehicle list, and as you can see, if you have a... Holy crap, bruh. Okay, yeah, the kickstand broke on my iPad, so I have to position it just right or else it'll do that, fall over. But anyways, here. So, as you can see, basically the more expensive the car or the faster the car, the higher the chance it is to be banned, or the type. And as you can see, it's like, there's also the BVE, but even then, BVE, like 350k for BVE is quite a lot. Like, you can get yourself these, like, you can get yourself a Lamborghini Huracan Evo to drive, or like the SLS. But yeah, basically you want to get a car that is available in most RP servers. For example, all of my dailies are available in an RP server, like here. If we go to electric, my Tesla isn't banned. Go to coupes, my 1999 Mustang isn't banned. And then go to SUVs, my Lexus isn't banned. So yeah, that's also a massive key. Now the next thing is it a car you want? Alrighty, now you're probably thinking, Gaming Foxy, what does that mean? Well, basically, it's, do you want to daily this car? Like, for me, I love Lexus. I think you guys already know that. I like, only drive RX 350s, or RXs. Or, like, I would drive their sedans if the only one that they actually had was like the old IS and like an old GS. But yeah, so basically what you want is a car you actually like to drive. So like, I like Mustangs, so that's why I have the Stang. I like the way that the Model 3 I have looks, and it's also quiet, so that's why I have that. And then I just like the Lexus because it's really, really smooth, and honestly for a 2004, this thing looks great. As you can see, I got 100,000 miles on mine. Still runs like a dream. And yeah, basically, just if the car you like in real life isn't banned, go for that as your daily. Unless it's like something that's kind of impossible to drive, like it is a crap ton of oversteer, then no, you will hit other people. which gets onto my next thing, performance. Alrighty, so now you're probably thinking, well, what does that mean? Performance. Basically, does it have good acceleration, handling, and all that? And that really just depends. Like, do you want kind of clunkier handling, or do you want very responsive handling? Because as you can see, this Lexus doesn't handle the greatest. I mean, it's a 2004 SUV. I don't expect it to, but it handles well enough, unlike some other cars, like my Mustang, for example, where, like, you have to actually turn pretty far. You have to start turning far before you can even, like, make the corner. So then, also with performance, you have braking. Now, basically, most of the time you're going to be going 55, and if someone cuts you off, you're going to need to brake really fast. So as you can see, this RX, great brakes. I love the brakes on this car. They're really, really nice. And then the next thing is performance. So what you're going to be wanting to look for is 0 to 60 in under 7 seconds. If it can do that, you should be fine. You can even have it do it in like a little over 7 and you should be okay. But you're also going to kind of want the car to have like a launch gear, if you know what I mean. Like, you can launch it. So for example, with this RX, most of the time, since as you guys know, it's an RX 330. It's got a 3.3 liter V6, but it only puts out like 200-ish horsepower. So I have to do that, kind of like do a bit of a peel and then get onto the road to boost my time, for example. So yeah, also with the performance here, timer, you're gonna want, as I said, 0 to 60 in under 7 seconds, but you're also going to want passing power. That is a really big thing. Like this RX or my Mustang, they don't have great acceleration, but look at this. Watch this. Yeah, this thing's got plenty of passing power to work with. So yeah, this thing definitely isn't a slouch, which, as Vuxery said, because I'm kind of going off of some of his analogies for how to pick his perfect daily. This is just kind of my guide, but I'm going off of some of his analogies. You don't want something that's so slow you could literally go to sleep and then wake up and it still won't hit 60. You want something kind of like this, or hey, if it can do 0 to 60 in like 5 seconds, then great. Yeah, so see, this does it basically a little bit over. If it's like 7.5, you should be fine. No issues. And yeah, now let's get on to the next thing, which is looks. Alrighty, so basically for the looks category, do you like how your car looks? And you also want this to have refreshed lighting, or doesn't have to be, it just has to be like, if you can bear with the looks or you actually like the way it looks, then that's great. Like my RX 330, I actually like how this looks, and I want to fly under the radar, because whenever I was like driving my other cars, a lot of people, well, not a lot, but like most of the time, people will just be like going up to my car and being like, you're a fake gaming fox, even though no, not really. I think there might be like 2 people impersonating me max. So yeah. However, basically you want refreshed lighting, and if you like how the car looks, and yeah. So I love how my RX, my Mustang, and I'm not incredibly fond of the looks of the Model 3, but you know, it looks good enough. Now, also with the refreshed lighting, this doesn't have it, but here's the thing. You can't really tell, you can only tell from the back, plus they're refreshing this in the next update, so yeah. But as you can see, like, it's not super obvious that these lights aren't refreshed because of how the style of the lights are. As you can see, like, you can't really tell that they're like blob lights, rather than if you go to like my Mustang, yeah, you can definitely tell. So yeah, you also want something that has decent lighting as well. Now we're gonna get on to the final alrighty, so now the final thing is you're gonna want a vehicle that, this also goes back to role-playing. You're gonna want a vehicle where you can actually role-play with it, as in, like, if you need to carry your friends, you can. Like, this RX is 4 seats. I believe IRL it is 5, but that's fine. I never really maximum amount of people have put in this car was 3, and you know, it definitely did it well. So yeah, you're also going to want something to where if you're driving it, the staff won't have to check the banned vehicles list to make sure that your car isn't banned. So like, for example, the staff know that this thing isn't banned. It's an old RX. There's nothing really special about it. It's not incredibly fast or anything. It's just nice to drive. So yeah, you're also going to want coming back to performance, you're going to want more top speed. Like, if the car can at least go 90, you should be fine. So yeah, now let's sum it all up. Alrighty, so basically, it has to be affordable, not a banned vehicle in RP servers, or most RP servers. Has to have decent lighting, decent performance, top speed over like 89 at least. Has to be a car you personally like. Has to have good handling and brakes, especially brakes, because trust me, you'll need brakes. Good passing speed, and it has to seat at least over 2. So yeah, that's basically my guide to how to pick a daily driver. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye-bye.